What just happened this episode? When did 91 days turn to ReZero? My mind is trembling right now. Jeez. Man, what's up everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Sky Report. Today I'm bringing you an anime review of 91 Days, Episode 8. It's back, baby. It's back. Last week we had a recap episode. This is a hell of a way to come back with that savagery that we got with Episode 8 today. Let me tell you something. In Mafia type settings, there's always betrayal. And usually when someone betrays someone in a Mafia film or movie, usually that person that does the betraying, it never ends up good for them. In this case, man, my mind is blown from this episode. Fango's down. Fango is out. Fango is down. Fango is gone. But who took Fango out is the biggest point. Corteo. Corteo, of all people, taking Fango down. I never would have saw that in a million years. Million, billion, trillion, any number that you can name, because you can go back all the way to my review of episode 1, where I was saying Corteo is a person I was worried about dying because this Mafia life wasn't for him. At the end of this episode, he's going to be deeper into it than he ever wants to be now, but it's also another lesson that is learned in this episode is that when someone's cornered, when someone's scared, you never know what they're capable of, as Corteo was just pushed to the brink and he exploded. And Fango just happened to be the person that he exploded on, as all the chips were against him at this point. I mean, his relationship with Angelo was in the dumps now. They kind of broke up basically, as Angelo's going on a dark turn, getting deeper into his Mafia life. Fango finding out how to make the booze that Corteo makes, had the Mafia and the government under his pocket. Fango's like, well, I got your booze now. I know how to make it. Your life isn't valuable anymore. At this point, Corteo didn't have anything else to live for. And Fango was about to kill him. I mean, the little guy, I forgot his name, who went to help Fango, that used to work in the bar. You know, he took Corteo to him. They were going to snuff him out straight up gangster style with the golf club, just like we saw Fango did to Scusa, and I'll get to that in a bit. But the thing is, it was just that moment of insanity, that moment that snapped inside Corteo that he wanted to live, that had him do what he did to Fango. Is again, Fango was like, well, hey, I can kill you, but you know what, that'd be too easy. How about I just tell Nero that you're the person that betrayed him? Yeah, I'll do that. And again, it just caused all that inside of Corteo to just explode, as he's already lost his friend, then he's gonna lose, he lost his booze, then he's gonna lose his life too? No, this dude grabs a bottle, smacks Fango over the head, stabs him in the neck. Then he just takes a phone and just starts bashing his head in. This scene went on easily for about 20 seconds as we go out to a nice sonata of a record playing before we get to the ED. And Corteo just bashing Fango's head in now. But with Fango down, killed by Corteo, it's still a little bit of a left loose end there with the dude that drove him there, knowing that that was the last person they saw him with. What happens with Corteo now? With the Fango family out, is he going to go back to his friends? Because a lot of things happen in this episode that kind of makes that a little bit hard to do. As let's just start from the top of how things went on with the start of the episode, with Corteo seeing or overhearing Angelo talking to Fango in that conversation where he said, from now on, I'll be your brother. I mean, we knew it was a ploy by Angelo to try to get close to Nero and take him out, but Corteo didn't know that. So he was already kind of bummed out about that, as they even had the conversation where he was saying to Angelo that you got a little bit too deep into this Mafia life. They had their argument like, I didn't want to be in this. Angelo at this point, he is doing whatever he can to keep his face, as he's getting dark as well, as the FBI, the feds, they were beginning to crack down on all the Mafia family. They want the Venettis down, they want the Fango family down, and it was all being headed by this guy by the name of Mr. Deli. Or, I believe it was Mr. Deli. Anyway, we're just going to call him Fed Guy because I'm just too hyped. But the federal guy, basically, I believe his name was Mr. Deli, though. And he was like, I'm going to take all these guys down. Angelo and Corteo, they see this guy in the bar. They basically toss him some money. They try to bribe him. He's not taking the bribe. He's straight up being the hard-nosed cop. Then Angelo's like, well, you have a daughter and a wife, don't you? She's what, 4 years old? And the look on Corteo's face at that point was just as surprised as the cop, as he was looking like, what is this guy doing? He's getting too deep into this. His mission was to take out the people that killed his father. Now he's just doing goon stuff by extorting cops, bribing cops, threatening to kill cops. Is like he's going down just the wrong path altogether. As we saw that little bit of implosion, Nero's going down a darker path as well, as he is now the acting Don of the Venetti family. He finds out about this cop. He's like, go shake him up a little bit, go shoot up his house, and if he doesn't give up, kill him. Angelo doesn't have a problem with that, and Corteo's looking like, bro, what is going on with you? What is going on? He tries to confront his friend about this, and Angelo just straight up threw a wad of cash in his face like, look, you didn't want this life. You want to go to college, right? Take this money and get out of my face. I'm going to do what I need to do, whether you're here or not. So that was the breakup between them, and props to the voice actor for Corteo on this moment, as he took the money and threw it right back at Angelo and was like, I got into this because of you. You're the reason I'm in this mess. Again, he didn't want this life, and now he's into it deep. He's selling the booze. The booze is the highest thing that they have out there for him. It's all because of him. I mean, he's actually pretty important, because that Lawless Heaven is selling like hotcakes, so much so that the cops know about it. And he's a mastermind behind that. But again, all that came to a big implosion as he just went out, just went in on Fango, straight up killing Fango, because he was about to take not only his life, but anything that he would have had to live for anyway. And even if he would have got out that room, he was going to tell Nero that he was the traitor, because he actually went to Fango and was giving them information. I still don't understand why he did that. I guess he just wanted out of life, where he didn't trust Angelo anymore. But it still led to the events that transpired in this episode. And again, I clap it up for 91 Days. I wouldn't have expected this to happen in a million years. Easily the best episode of the series, as we just saw a very unsuspecting character snap and lose it just when Fango was getting everything in his order, as well. As we always knew that he was going to turn on the Venettis at some point. It was just a matter of when he was going to do it, as he was setting up to actually kill Nero. I mean, he straight up had people trying to kill this guy in broad daylight. And he also had Scuzo in his back pocket, who he killed Scuzo too, because Scuzo was a person that stole the recipe for the Flawless Heaven, or he stole the booze that Corteo had. He stole that. Then he killed him with a tennis racket or a golf club, and he was going to do the same thing to Corteo. So he had already had the government on his pocket, took out the government. The other guy, and again, I keep forgetting his name, and I apologize for that, the one that was waging war, he had already got, not snuffed out, but he pretty much got extorted out of even doing this investigation, as he was at home with his wife and kid, and somebody went and started his car out for him. That blew up, so he was like, okay, I'm out of it. So right now the gangsters are running the streets once again, as they got rid of the cop element really quick in this episode. So the only thing we got to deal with now, as we have 4 or 5 episodes left. I think it's only 12 episodes of this series, so we got 4 episodes left, and it looks like at this point, I don't know where it can go, because with Fango out, that just leaves the Venettis, because we haven't seen anything of the Glacia family unless they're going to come back for some type of vengeance before this is all over. But right now, man, Corteo, I'm at a loss for words. I really don't know what to say. I know this is more of like a fanboy hype instead of a review, but that was the biggest part of the episode, is to see him snap in that matter and see where that's going to leave him now. Is he going to like lash out? Is he going to try to kill Angelo now? Is he going to try to kill Fango? Is he going to try to run away? We don't know, but all I know is I love this episode. It was definitely the best episode of the series to date, and this series hasn't been bad yet. It hasn't been a bad episode, and this one just improved the bar, and it got my mind trembling like I just watched the episode of ReZero. So guys, let me know what you thought of this episode. Definitely let me know what you guys think is coming up next for our cast here in 91 Days, as we're beginning to come to a head. It's almost over. We're over halfway there. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content for you guys to indulge on this channel. On that note, also be sure to join me as I live react anime night style to Berserk, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as well as Thunderbolt Fantasy, all coming for you guys tonight, so check those out as well. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. As I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.